Hello and welcome to It's All Relative. All right, let's get into it. I'm Relly and we are going to be talking about Real Housewives of Rhode Island. Here it is. I ain't been here in a while, but I circled back to it. Okay, good. So this fight between Liz and Joellen, let me tell you something. Liz was wrong, period. I get that Liz is saying, well, it's just that Alicia was never homeless a day in her life. And Liz thought that she was trying to protect Alicia's family because the families were very close. But Alicia's family saw it very much the same way that Alicia sees it. That's where she got it from. So I imagine it's her mother and her aunts that were like, poor child, the father made sure that they were homeless. And that's her word. And at some point, you, Liz, gotta let it go. And how come when your friend Alicia was crying, you then got in your bag and your emotions and you doubled down on it? That wasn't cool. And then I think that Joellen was in a very difficult place. And this is where we see, like in the beginning, when Liz is like, people say that I'm mean, but I'm really not mean. That's when we see, like, oh, Liz is mean. We saw those fangs come out, baby. And let me tell you something. I think Joellen has turned out to be my favorite. Joellen is A, with the shits, and she's also B, not going for the shits. I'm with it. When they got into the into Rosie's husband's situation, and Joellen let Liz know, I will fuck you up. I was like, yes, Joellen, let her know I ain't going for all this here. And so for Joellen, when Joellen, they had the meeting and they tried to make up, and Liz again doubled down, I think Joellen was like stunned and shocked. And I get that. So to find out, that must be so difficult when you think someone is your best friend and you realize that they don't see you that way. Ooh, that's got to be hurtful. And what Joellen shares about her childhood coming up and, moving around and kind of not feeling like she belonged ever, I could see that she would feel that way. So, wow, that really hurts. And still, she was like, okay, I'm going to try and move past this. So then when they go to Block Island and they just, make up, that's the one thing about these Real Housewives, these Rhode Island girls, they make up quickly. And I like it. You know who else makes up quickly? The OC girls. As soon as I'm sorry. And then they start hugging and being besties again. You know what? All right, cool. Except when y'all do it, you got to really mean it. So Liz, how can you go, okay, girl, we gonna move along and and be okay and be friends again? And then, when you go on Watch What Happens Live, you're like doubling down like Joellen's a piece of shit and then not wanting to be her friend again at the reunion. Like, I'm confusion, Liz. I really am. And this is really just for you not wanting to take accountability. You hurt your friend's feelings and then you made Joellen out to be the bad guy in the situation. Joellen has loyalty to you, but through this show has come to have loyalty to Alicia because of the things that Alicia was sharing with her. So she was right to try and mediate with the both of you all. And if you didn't want her touching you, then say you're not helping the situation. Like, say something or remove yourself. If you can't stay there, you got the most money on apparently. Why you ain't get you an Uber and get the hell up out of there, girl? Cut that out. So I didn't like that. Okay, great. Now we get to the reunion and now you're all, oh, Joellen, don't act like you were just trying to help Rula. And Joellen was honest. And she's like, initially I was. And I do think that, yes, she was being a little, but y'all all do that to one another. So don't put that out on Joellen only. So I do think that you guys, that in the very beginning, it was a little gossipy that she was doing it. But then when she saw that Rula was hurting, she was like, Rula, you want proof? I'll get you proof. And I do think she was trying to be a girl's girl. Rula doubling down on believing her husband was wild to me, only because, and again, I've talked about this plenty of times, all Rula had to say was, girl, I'm going to stay with him. He a good man, Savannah. You get him arrested or, however it comes to be, but going to the cops was going to get him arrested. Don't cut that out. Like, who did you think put a goddamn tracker on your car, Rula? And why would you think that your husband will want a tracker on your car? Go ahead, tell me. I'll wait. Oh, people are crazy and they're manufacturing. You have twisted yourself into 14 different pretzels trying to make us believe that we should believe Brian. And bitch, when she came with the receipts about that divorce, whoo, and that was the other thing. Yo, and I'm telling you, I love Joellen so much. Ruler getting up out that seat. And now you gonna call her, oh, what's bigger than mouth on your face and what's between your legs? Why all this smoke for Joellen, but none of that smoke for your husband is my question, darling. I got to know. And why you worried about it? Her man is fine with it. And Joellen and let us know she swung from here to over there, been around the world, and what's the problem? Her man no, and that's the difference. You see there? You see the difference, Ruler? Gary knows. So he's all right. And that's why ain't nothing that you gonna say about his wife, Joellen, shakes him. Nothing. You know why? Because he know. You know why everything Joellen say shake you up? Because Brian stay lying to you. And that's really what it is. Brian is the problem here, darling. And I get that you want to stay for your kids, but honey, bunches of votes, you got to say that. You got to say, I don't care what you're talking about. Don't call other people liars and say, you're a liar. This is a liar. That's a liar. Say, my husband has already discussed that he was unfaithful and I have decided to stay with him. That's all it is, babes. Nothing else. But when Joellen let her know, yo, you got that new nose and I will punch you in it. That is goddamn right. I'm telling you, I fool la la with Joellen. And not because I believe in the violence, but I think because Joellen is true to who she is. And so I think that's what I love the most about her. And when you tried to hit her with the, oh well, why are you looking? Oh baby, I ain't got a job, and that's all I got to do is time to look at your shit. Yes, Joellen, let them know. Eat that up, sis. I'm here for Joellen. I am. Like, I want to be a part of the Joellen fan club. And not only that, because I think when she decided that she was gonna come on this show, she was gonna be honest about who she was. And she was. And listen, you can't be mad with nobody for their loyalty to their friends. I do understand that. I'm loyal to my friends and people. Who you talking to and who you talking about? Because you're not going to come over here and talk about my friends. That's just not going to happen. Especially some outsider. What? No. No, that's not going to be a thing. So, and through the course of the show, getting to know other people, then, she's open to having conversation and sharing and allowing people to talk about her friends. But she's fiercely loyal, and we understand why, because she, felt like she had a mom that was not fooling with her for real. And, I did love the conversation with her mom and her sister and her mom saying, look, I didn't know any better. And I do understand that. Our boomer parents were raised by people in the silent generation. You just didn't talk about it. We have no idea what abuse they went through because children weren't seen or heard. They didn't give a damn about them kids. You understand? Kids, you took care of them because you had to, and that was it. And really that really is the end of the story. And you were allowed to hit. Hell, you was allowed to whoop ass, men, women, and children, and nobody was going to come in and stop. So, I think that we have to give a little grace to them, just a little bit, right? And they don't know who modeled for them that when you come to them and say, mom or dad, you hurt my feelings and so on and so forth, who taught them that it was okay to say, I get it, instead of doubling down and going, I don't know what the hell you talking about, right? And while sometimes, here's the other thing, what can be incredibly traumatic for us could mean nothing to parents at that time and what they were going through and what life was handing them at the time. So it wasn't traumatic for them because they were just doing what they were taught, possibly. And that was status quo and it was allowed. So they don't read it and receive it as being traumatic as it was to the people that were on the receiving end, right? So I get that. And then, and I guess that's the thing, like, I love that they asked, like, for it to clear up when the husbands came out, like, what is going on, with that sister, I can't think of her name, Joellen's sister, to Gary. And they're just honest about it, which, I have said, like, I loved it. Yeah, that's just fine. And give them grace. And they seem really, really happy. And they seem like the most united, if for nothing else. And so, and even Gary sitting down, excuse me, Joellen and Gary sitting down with Rula and Brian, like, check this out. And he let them know, I got a problem when you over here talking, you playing with my wife's money. Like, I'm not here for it. So I really do like them. And that is what honesty looks like, and being okay with the person that you know that you married. Good for them. And now again, Liz and Jerry. And then imagine Rula, and that's the problem. Rula, you stay getting your face cracked and you stay letting that husband Brian embarrass you. So now Jerry get up here and we find out that Brian had the audacity to call Jerry talking about Liz is over here doing the who and the what. When you have been everywhere, Brian, and steady lying, and didn't get that divorce finalized until 2016. And Joellen is right. Those court documents do not lie. When they say it was finalized, that's when it was finalized. Did he reveal that he had practiced bigamy and he going back to jail? Jesus, listen, Rula, cut it out. Cut it out and stop deflecting, babe. And then in the end, like, well, and everybody's saying, like, look, we understand that you want to stay with your husband, and then saying, well, I don't know that trust will ever, that's so hard to come back. Then what the hell are you doing with him, honey? And why are you trying to keep up appearances for us? And then that dig that you gave to Joellen, unlike you, my kids cry for me. Girl, at 9 and 10, well, then I'm concerned. Don't they go to school? What you mean? And if they crying every time that they see you because they want to be with you, then that makes me question what's really going on. Are you a helicopter mom? Are they helicopter children? Like, what's going on? Because that's not healthy. Okay? So that's not the flex that you think that it is. All right? Thank you. Alicia and Billy, they're just so cute. And Alicia, I get bored. So you were over here asking, like, why am I not on the house? And Bill's like, I gave her everything that she wanted for the prenup with her lawyer. And Alicia's like, yeah, I don't know. I don't care. I love Alicia. And then when they ask at the end, like, anything that you wish that you had done different, and she was like, I wish I didn't have this scar. Yes, Alicia. Alicia might be number one and Joellen might be number two for me. I just love them. They are who they are. Alicia makes no apologies about who she is. Loving a cracker, not being able to drive longer than 20 minutes. And like, at this point, Billy, you should just get a driver. Who in the family needs a little extra something? And so who can you pay? Like, really, that's really the case. Like, who can you pay? What allowance can you take it from to get this little pumpkin over to the dance class to and from? You know what I'm saying? You ain't got all those cousins, aunts and whatnot. You ain't got no little cousin over there or something like that, little girl cousin or something. Just drive the baby, pay them a little, not even a lot. Pay them. It's 2 hours. What's really, if it's an hour, that is 3 hours. So 3 hours, pay them something. And then everything could be just all right with y'all, And the fact, Alicia, and she's going to get her wedding, and I love that. And it's such a big deal because she's never been married, and now she wants to get married. So this is exciting for them. Kelsey and Bill. Kelsey, it does give that you are jealous of Rosie and the way that you focus on Rosie. And again, this is it. I talked about it with the Real Housewives of Atlanta, but I'm going to talk about it here. This gives Mean Girls. Y'all gave Mean Girls for Rosie. And when Rosie finally stood up for herself, now everybody's like, oh, Rosie, you should stop. Cut that out. Kelsey goes out of her way to be problematic to Rosie. And why on God's green earth are you worried about what that girl has? Oh, she exaggerates and she got fired for this. Why is that any of your concern? Especially because she never came guns blazing at you. Asking about the polygamy is a real thing. Like, oh, is that what y'all are doing? And for Kelsey, for you to be like, no, it wasn't polygamy. What you call it, sis? And listen, you were a kept woman and you were doing kept woman things, and I'm not mad with you. You understand? I get it. But that's exactly what it was. He was allowed to do him, and there was nothing you could say. You could just accept it. And you did. So what else would you call it? And you just got to own that, baby girl. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? We all know. And I get it. And let me tell you something else. Would have done it. So there's no judgment from me about it. Yep, I would have signed up for it. And I appreciate your Billy going like, you got to cut it out. And so if your arrangement is, I can't have my own place and I got to go live with Billy, I don't know, like, did you want your own place just to say that you had done it, like as a thing to check off the box before moving on? I get it, but you didn't really do it. You know what I mean? Like, if someone else was paying your bills, then you weren't really living on your own in that way. But if that's what you feel like you needed to do, but you absolutely were horrific to you, and you weren't horrific because there are some that are horrific. You weren't horrific, but you were mean to Rosie, and it did seem like for no reason. But if Rosie's open to you guys building a friendship, I am interested to see what's going to happen in season 2, because I think you guys will become friends. So I'm excited to see that. But Liz is the mean girl of the group, and I am not here for no Liz. And also, Liz, cut that goddamn hair, please. Is that a wig? Is that a piece like Rula's? I'm looking. I'm not sure. I mean, I know when she has the ponytail, sometimes it looks like it is, and sometimes it looks like it isn't. But either way, it's time. You need to cut it. It's too long. It's not giving what you want it to give. And that is from my professional opinion, because I used to be a hairdresser. And it doesn't mean that I'm right. I just think it's not flattering to you, babes. That's all I'm saying. I would like a little lift situation is all. But, oh, my friend told me, because she watches it, told me that maybe there was a little bit more between you and Dino. And listen, I mean, all right. Which was the other thing, I think, when they were sitting at dinner and saying that Jerry said Liz had she had an ex-boyfriend who was paying for things, and Jerry was like, yeah, you got to give that up. Listen, ladies, go around there and get you a man from Rhode Island. They seem to raise them right over there. I don't know. Is it from Boston? Is it a New Englander thing? Like, what's up? Although, the Kennedys were from, over there in the New England, Hyannisport, Massachusetts situation. We see how that worked out. So I don't know. But I think like they are going to be such a hit. I hope I'm not wrong, but like I'm obsessed with Salt Lake City. From the first time that I saw Jen Shah throw that damn cup, I was like, what kind of mayhem tomfoolery is going on in here? And I am here for it. So I love Salt Lake City. My girls from the OC are back, and baby, how I feel about the OC. And if you don't know, I love the OC, even though I do not love Tamra. So get prepared for the I hate Tamra. I don't hate her, but I dislike her a lot. And Vicky's back, I think. So let's see what happened here. But see, and this the other part. They gave Tamra someone else a little buddy, and she probably gonna get some too. I just don't like this doubling down when your ass is wrong. Can we just sit in the chair of accountability? P.S. Yeah, Tamra, what you doing back? Because remember, you had quit. And not only that, now that I think about it, wait a minute, Tamra, come back here. Because hold on. Afterwards, didn't we find out that Tamra had been feeding the blogs? What is Tamra doing back here? If y'all film with her, let me tell you something. Emily, I'm on your ass. Shannon did good, so I'm not on Shannon's ass. Heather, I'm coming hard for you, Heather. I promise you. Because you stayed on Tamra's, I don't know, on her side. And she was dead ass wrong. And I do think that you were afraid, and you have no business. Well, I know why you were afraid, because you know how Tamra give it up. When she going down, she taking everybody with her. And we know that you participated in all of the messy shenanigans that Tamra had to give. That's why you afraid. That's really what it is. It's not afraid because Tamra going to do something. Tamra ain't finna do nothing, because we see what happens when Tamra get in the hot seat. Baby, can I be in the clubhouse, Andy? Can I ask a couple of questions? Can I co-host? Can I sit? I need to be there. I need to hold on. Like I need to host. I know, Andy, that's your thing. Can I get another hosting gig? And Tamara, I know you think you that girl, baby. I want some of you. Come here. Come over here, girl. I want it. Let me call in. Can I be a guest on your podcast with Teddy? Because I got something. Come here. And not even like, pow pow, but we just gonna stick to the facts, and accountability is my ish. So I'm ready. You understand? Anyway, it's a really long way to say I really enjoyed the Housewives of Rhode Island, and I can't wait for them to come back. I hope we get some of them in the winter time. Let's see what winter looks like in the Rhode Island. So I don't know. Anywho, it's been real. I hope you had a good time, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.